Hello and welcome to Backlog Breakdown, the show where we have a backlog of games and we're breaking them down one episode at a time. And today, once again, we're talking about Sly Cooper, episode 4, Panda King, Fire in the Sky. That's the chapter name, sorry. I'm Tommy and I'm joined by my friends Luis.
Hello.
And Aiden.
What's up?
Once again. And yeah, we're talking about the Panda King level, Sly Cooper. This one was interesting. Let's talk about the cutscene.
Yeah, man. Panda King.
Panda King. He
Yeah,
has no
he's
other
just-
name. From birth, he was known by Panda King.
I think King is the last name, Tommy.
Oh, first name Panda,
First
last
name Panda, last name King.
King.
I was wondering.
What's he king of?
Yeah, what is he the king of?
Very nice.
I guess it's fireworks.
Himself.
Yeah, right. But yeah.
It's cut and dry.
Just
The
a,
bullied kid, or I guess he was bullied by rich people and decided to become evil.
Turned arsonist.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just wanted to make fireworks, and everyone hated him for it. I
Right,
guess,
right,
or didn't
yep.
think they were good enough.
Yeah, it's a big theme across this whole game. You know, just
Yeah.
getting bullied.
Yeah, bullied kids
And then
and turn
just-
into supervillains.
and just going against society. You know,
Classic comic
so
trope.
That was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Great start with the music.
He's great start. And
Music.
he's the arsonist specialist for the team.
And he also has huge arms and little legs. Another
Another theme. Another theme here.
Yeah.
Don't skip leg day, folks.
But yeah, good little intro to get us going into China. So we start with our first little intro area as usual, following the same pattern. Perilous assault. We arrive in China where Panda King is,
Yeah, he's
and we
just,
see him destroy a village with his fireworks.
just casual. Murdering of a village.
It's like,
you
oh
know?
my god, nobody survived that. Something like
rough.
that.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, not the best. But we're coming fresh into this new level with our new ability that we got from Ruby, the invisibility ability from the last Thievius Raccoonus page. That's just like stationary camouflage, I guess. You can't move.
Yeah, it's needed
Doesn't really.
for this level, for these levels.
Yeah, and there's not really like an intro to it, I guess, at the beginning of this.
Yeah, he
Like,
doesn't even bring it up until you get to like one of the later levels where you
Right,
actually
further
use it.
into it, it's like, you should use your new ability.
Yeah, remember Sly, you got invisibility.
Yeah, it was like trying to go on a ledge, and then I was like, oh, yeah, like I didn't hit the ledge, so I was like holding circle. And I was, like,
so you
invisible, and
came-
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I did that a
Accidentally.
couple times too, where like you're not quite close enough yet to the blue
Yeah.
sparkles, and you start, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, forgot about that. But yeah, we got some new enemies as we climb this mountain. A lot of verticality in this level.
Yeah, very level design just keeps getting better.
yeah, that's cool. I love snow levels, so this is already like +2 in my book from the
Okay,
last
a
one.
little snow biome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm a big snow biome guy. We got some monkey or gorillas. I guess they're gorillas, I think, when I looked it up. But they got swords, they got kicks, they got freaking catapults where they shoot other
Yeah, they're
monkeys
just
at you.
monkey snowballs at you.
Mhm.
Karate girls, which don't appear in the first part, but they'll show up later. And then the baboon with stick that like hides and then jumps out at you.
Yep.
So yeah, I like the enemies in this. All gorillas,
Pretty cool stuff.
even though Panda King is like a bear.
Yeah.
So it doesn't quite,
Oriental though.
I guess
you
so,
know,
yeah.
I guess. Yeah, this had like this actual first stealth section, in my opinion,
Yeah.
where it was like when you get to
The
the end, and
patrolling.
you got the all the trees, and they're all kind of
Yeah.
circling around. I actually was like, okay, let's try and not kill anybody, and let's try and get around everybody.
Oh, you'll see me. I just tried to take out everybody. I tried to do it stealthily, but like just kill them all.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with the invisibility, it made it a little more easier, but
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed that.
Do you
Where I was
find
like, I
the,
actually used the stealth mechanics to get to the end.
do you find
Now-
those enemies difficult? I guess the flashlight for this version.
Oh,
Ones with the
no,
throwing
no.
swords.
They're not like auto death upon at least from what I
You'll
found.
see me getting hit every time I got caught, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't like the I don't remember what level it was, but they're like as soon as you get caught, you're just dead. But these like they give you a little bit of grace. It feels like.
Yeah, yeah, man.
But
Yeah. New hazard, icicles falling from the sky as you're going across ledges and stuff.
yep.
Put a little bit of tension on
Yeah,
it. but,
same sound effect as breaking the bottles.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay. The good,
So it
good little
confused
reuse
me
of
mightily at
assets.
first. I was like, wait, there's bottles
Yes.
breaking?
Somebody's collecting these. without me.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Speaking of bottles, though, this one I had. So this is gonna be a common theme for me across this level. I had trouble getting all the bottles for every level at the end.
I have a
I had
confession
do-
to make.
Oh.
You didn't do it.
This is the first one. This is the first set of levels. I did not get all the bottles in all the levels.
Whoa.
So
just walked away.
I got to go back. Yeah.
I heard. It was rough doing it, but I did do it, and I was like, "This is." I came close to not doing it.
I got it in this one, but
Okay.
there's another level we'll talk about that I
Gotcha.
just kind of gave up.
well, I got them all, so we can still talk about the abilities. But
Okay.
this one was actually so. Luis, you're still not getting any bottles.
I
no
still don't
abilities.
have any.
This one was actually like useful. The first ability you get for this first area, it lets you move while invisible.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't move really fast. So
Very
it's really
slow,
good.
but
yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's almost necessary for some of the levels.
Yeah, they did
later
do
on.
the work of like making sure it could still be done without it. I think,
Yeah.
but yeah, it definitely makes some of the parts easier if you do have that ability.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so that first little section, climb the mountain, pretty cool.
What y'all think of the introducing the fireworks as like a thing you have to do to get past or continue through the mission?
Like a new mechanic almost.
All right, kind
Yeah,
of like
I
a
like that.
Slowing
switch
down
you have to
gates,
turn.
yeah,
Yeah.
dropping
Yeah.
bridges, yeah.
Thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It feels like it's kind of ramping up and getting more elaborate as the game goes on, which is cool. Usually, some games it's just like kind of gets lazy, but they're still adding things. that-
Still applying mechanics that fit the theme of,
Yep.
of what they're going for, which I like. And then just like the random fireworks you can hit for coins, I like those.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so after this first level, we get into our first little hub area inside the stronghold. We gotta get more treasure keys. In this case, more fireworks stuff. We have to unlock the fireworks to then shoot them at a metal gate to blow up the metal gate. Yes, that's our first little
Remember, folks,
obstacle.
chain down your fireworks.
Right, lock that
Practice
crap up.
safety.
Yeah, put them in a gun safe.
Yeah.
Those are weapons. So the first level I have on my list, let's go down through the list here that we got in our notes. So Flaming Temple of Flame. This is a big level
Yeah.
because it's like the training grounds for Panda King's troops.
Hmm. Yeah, this is the level I had to backtrack the most so
Oh, yeah.
far,
Oh yeah, same.
and I still failed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So this is the one you didn't get the ability on.
No, I did not.
You're in luck because it was just Bino comp data. It was absolutely worthless.
Okay, good
Just
to know.
looking at the
Good
breakables,
to
which
know.
I don't even think I used this level. at
Yeah,
all.
I couldn't even like see him. Like some of them I like could see, but I couldn't figure out how to get to. And then I did get him, but then I still had like I think there's like 3 or 4 that I just
yeah.
I have
Don't know where
no
they're-
idea.
I'm pretty sure I had to look up a video for this one to figure out where the.
Really?
Yeah, I had to look it up. There's
dang.
two. There's
Okay.
there's a section where you're swinging. There's a lot of freaking swinging over hooks in this, or swinging between hooks.
Yeah.
Which the first time going through the level, I was like, okay, I'm doing good. Maybe I've got it figured out. And then when I started having to do backtracking a lot, that's when I started just missing, failing, and it frustrated the crap out of me.
Yeah. Can you imagine speedrunning this one?
Oh God, it'd take a lot of practice to get perfect at
Yeah.
those. I think.
Yeah.
For me at least. But yeah, so there was the 2 that I was missing 2 at the end, and I searched everywhere, I couldn't find them. I had to look it up. One of the places where you're swinging across hooks, there's like the 2 laser beams that are going like left and right.
There's a thing around it, isn't there?
Yeah, you can go down, and there's 2 bottles down there, but there's like a
Ledge.
hug the ledge wall to get 2 more, and I did not notice it.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, that's
like
probably the
super
ones I'm
hidden.
missing.
Yeah.
I noticed it because I went down there because there was a horseshoe there. I was like,
Oh, right,
Let me
right.
get that horseshoe.
Yeah,
and then
I was
know-
like tunnel vision on the horseshoe. I didn't even look at it.
Yep.
I
that's
saw
exactly what happened
the
to me
blue
then.
glint, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I know that's not the way, but I was like,
So it seems like in this, they're starting to ramp it up. You got to pay a lot more attention.
Yeah.
They're hiding the bottles better. Like I don't think we had a situation in the previous levels where they're like, there's like a semi-hidden.
Yeah, no.
Ledge roll.
If I missed them all, I went back and I found them.
Yeah.
like right then. But
Yeah.
like this one, I was just like,
Actually
I
hit
gotta
it.
move on. I'm running.
I remember there being a couple. Like I think in one of in the first world, there's like in the bookcase level, there's a bookcase you have to push, and there's like
Oh,
bottles
yeah,
hidden.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So like
yeah.
I do remember like a couple, but yeah,
For
this
that
one-
one, you could at least tell that they're like, oh, there's a space behind there. I just need to figure out, oh, can I push this?
And I
or
think you
not?
could see it.
I don't
if
remember.
you
I
were-
think you could see it from like somewhere else in the level. I
Yeah.
don't remember walking up to it and being able to see.
Yeah.
But I do remember from somewhere
Yeah,
else.
there's some
Yeah.
themes of that before this for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, this one was.
Yeah, this
especially-
one, there was like no other angle to see it. Like you just had to see the blue sparkles, and that's it.
Yeah, missed that.
But yeah. Overall, though, I liked this level. I liked the going into the room with all the monkeys training on the poles, and you're like, oh gosh, I might have to fight all these guys, and then they just stay up there.
Disciplined warriors.
Yeah, you can even like push their poles around, and they
Yeah.
won't fall off.
Yeah. This one also introduced the new kind of floor laser, little floor laser
The one that
jumping at the
moves
end.
and it's kind of slanted.
Yeah, it had one at the
Yeah.
very end where it was like
Yeah.
you had to like
Yeah,
judge where to jump. I thought
Yeah.
that was cool. It comes up again,
you
but
can use the invisibility on those too if you want. Yeah.
See, I was just trying to hot potato.
Yeah,
just-
I lost patience because you
Oh,
know, invisibility,
really?
you have to like
Yeah.
stake in one spot. So it's like I'm just gonna jump through it.
I got you.
And then, sometimes I think on the other level, I would like try to get the bottles while avoiding the lasers, but then I realized, well, I can just turn off the lasers and then come back. But I didn't have that thought at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to jump through all that, but I did enjoy it. And I will say, with this level, I think introduced the Karate Girl, and I think she's
Yeah.
the one enemy that was most difficult because
Really?
there's like a weird timing to her.
She is have like a double hit where she
I just-
kicks and then does a spin after.
See, I just I waited for her kick and then
Yeah.
Well, she does like an initial like punch, and then she does a kick.
the punch is what I was.
Yeah,
Thinking.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The initial punch, then hit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if she kicks, just back up.
Yeah, no, but I think
Yeah.
that's the only enemy that hit me. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot this timing. So I was like, yeah. But
yeah, I think they got me one time when I like fell down on him or something. But
It's just especially hilarious because it's actually a character kicking, and then you just get
Yeah,
yeeted
yeah.
off the edge. It's actually kind of funny.
I love it.
But I do agree with you, Tommy. This level felt the longest so
Yeah.
far. I think the length of it and the fact that it's vertically, it
Yeah.
started to shift.
And
towards
it's
that
one of
too.
those levels that's like partitioned where like if you go
Mhm.
down that grind rail to the like the last third of the level, you can't get back. You have to restart the whole thing.
Yes.
And that's what got me frustrated about the bottles.
That's why
is
I
like,
moved on. I
yeah.
think it's because like is it the first section that I missed it, and then
Yeah. So it's a little rough
yeah,
with those kind of levels where you can't fully backtrack
I
to
see.
try to get all the bottles.
Dang.
But I powered through. Yeah, so yeah, it's a good level. I liked it. With that, if I knew that it was going to be Bainucom data, I just wouldn't have got the bottles, and I probably would have liked the level even more. But getting those bottles made it a little frustrating.
Hmm.
But yeah, all right, moving on to the Unseen Foe. This is where we using the invisibility move a lot of sneaking in this one.
yeah. Definitely a lot of stealth across the whole level.
Oh yeah.
Had like a little like a mechanical rug delivery
Conveyor belt
system.
thing.
Conveyor belt, yeah.
So that I think was there just because if you didn't get the ability to move and
that's
be
a good
invisible,
point.
you would have had to do it that way.
That's a good point.
Which I'm assuming Luis did. You have to get
Right,
on the conveyor
I mean-
belt.
You just had to sit there and
Yeah.
wait. Until you
Well,
get over there.
yes and no. It's more intended to be an obstacle because if I were to sit there, if I don't sit in the right position, it'll just move me, and I could end up in a position where I can't move out of without being caught.
Right, you have to like try to attack as soon as you come out and not get hit or something.
Right. It's just like it gets finicky, and there's one that I could sit on and stay, but I'd move backwards, so I can't
But you have
just
to
sit
like,
there.
yeah, I remember that one. That you have to like jump or he's like going from left to right at that.
Well,
one.
it's like there's a very small window. So honestly, that was probably the most difficult part
Yeah.
for this level is that one guy and that one rug. Just to get it timing wise, it was like it took me a while to just get past him without getting caught.
There was a couple times where I just freaking rushed him and just rolled the dice to see if I
Yeah,
could kill him.
I was like, okay, for this, I was like, I can understand needing a couple things. Like the one perks or the one abilities that have like, oh, these are like, if you get these, the game will be so much
like
easier.
the
So
dive, right?
the dive has been like, oh, that one's a must for like if you really want to play this. And then the water one, and then moving while invisible.
Yeah.
Like those three so far have been like, oh wow, those have been
Yeah.
amazing. And
I mean,
they make the game so much
The water
better.
one wasn't really
I could see
too
it.
useful in this.
Oh
group,
yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
right.
But yeah,
But no, yeah, this actually was my favorite level. I really liked this one.
really.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I guess it's because it was a little more challenging. It was
Yeah.
a lot more stealth, But no, yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
I liked the level. You just had to be pretty patient. If you tried to not be patient and lose your patience and try to rush things
Yeah.
and get killed, you can get frustrated. But
Yeah.
Missed the bottles in this one too.
I had to backtrack for this one as well.
And look, I think the ability for this one is I got to go back.
Oh yeah, immunity to falling pits. So that's actually a big one. That makes the swinging across the hooks things a lot better. Because I actually did this level before the
The other one, yeah,
the Temple of Flame,
which is all
so I
vertical.
had that ability with Sling on the Hicks. So when I did fall off, it wasn't that bad because it would just shoot you right back up, just like the immunity to falling in water.
Yeah,
So,
I need to go finish that one.
so that's a good ability to have for sure. Probably going forward. I mean, I can see that being useful no matter
I was
what.
about to say, I think it seems like the theme is like giving you a really good ability that's gonna
Right.
come into play the next level. So
Yeah.
probably gonna be a lot of open pits.
Yeah. So this is a good one. I think the bottles that I missed were the ones in that guardhouse with the guy that was like having the searchlight between the boxes.
Yeah, you
where
gotta,
you're
like,
crossing
go
the
behind
bridge.
them.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah.
that the first time.
Mm.
So I had to run all the way through, I think, again. But then I saw it and I was like, dang it. So far it's been like me like getting tunnel vision on something else that is distracting you with so you don't see the bottles.
Yeah.
With the horseshoe and then this one. But I liked it. All right. King of the Hill. So
First
Murray
minigame.
is back he's back bigly.
Yeah.
In this level.
doing his thing.
So this is another blasting station level where we're shooting bad guys as Murray's trying to make it through an obstacle course.
Yeah. Just a read.
Same as the one in
Same as the one
mugshots,
before.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think this one's better or worse than the last one?
It's hard to say because
Yeah.
the last one was like the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this one because it was, it had that little sequence at the end where he's just
That's why I
like you
think
have to
it's
kind of
better.
like
Yeah,
snipe, pretty much around the thing. So, I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I liked in the first one that there was like the hazard of the barrels you could shoot and you have to avoid those. I like that. I don't think there was really an equivalent to that in this one. It's just all enemies
Yeah.
coming at him. But
This one didn't do a whole lot to like try and trick you or anything
right.
like that. Yeah.
Didn't really add any new mechanics
Yeah.
to that.
It was
I-
okay.
I think the first one was more suspenseful because it had the
Yeah.
barrels, and then the enemies. I remember the dogs would actually kind of rush towards Murray a little bit more than the monkeys in this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, but yeah, the only one in this one was the last scene where he's just standing there, and
Yeah.
you have to pivot between each side. So that was fun. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
overall, it was
Yeah, it was
fine.
So good, but maybe a little too easy, I think is what the note I had for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was
Compared,
okay.
I mean, compared to the last like rubies, the swamp level, wacky levels that are like so hard and frustrating for me, these ones were like maybe too easy. I don't know, but I liked them. I definitely prefer a little easier than harder for these wacky levels. But,
Yeah. We'll see. We got some more levels to go over.
yeah. So, anything else to talk about? That I think not
I
much.
just did want to touch briefly on the open area for these
Oh, yeah,
first
yeah.
3 levels. So going into this open area, I had such a difficult time getting over this first ledge.
Oh yeah.
I
Thanks
don't
for
know
going
what
back
it
to that.
was, but I would get halfway and then just fall.
Yeah, that
and
first
I
corner.
fell, I think 8 times.
Yeah.
I gamed over.
At first, I thought it was like there's snow. It's like a mechanic maybe.
Yeah,
Now there's something.
we were
I
all
think
playing
there's
on slightly
we were
different
playing
versions,
different
too.
versions,
and it's
Yeah.
happening. It's across the board.
Yeah.
I thought it was my controller, so I literally switched controllers. I was like, oh,
Something's up with the ones and zeros with that
yeah.
with that ledge because I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it just threw you off once you go around that first corner.
Yeah.
So I ended up I'm assuming we all just had to just jump around it,
Mhm.
figure out a way to
Yeah.
double
I
jump.
had that. Yeah, no, it was always the same spot. It was like near the middle, like where the first 2 like snow patches are, like in between them. So
I was
I
able
just
to
jumped
snap
over
in.
those.
I was able to snap in like in the
Okay.
middle of it.
But
Okay, yeah,
It
you said-
wasn't.
I didn't think of that because I think from when I was watching a video to find the bottles, I noticed you can like while you're wall hugging a ledge, you can jump and then
yeah.
re-hug the wall.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, that's a good speed running strategy. I think is what that guy was using it for. But it seemed like that would have fixed that problem
Yeah.
there, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Ledge gate.
little
you know?
frustrating.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to-
Somebody didn't play test that one
Yeah.
enough, I don't think.
Yeah,
Unless
I
it was intentional, but it's hard to believe.
I mean, it's odd too that it's the same
Yeah.
issue on the 3 different versions we
Yeah.
played.
Yeah, it makes me
Yeah.
think it's somewhat intentional, but like we never had Bentley's never mentioned like Sly. Sometimes you're gonna have to jump for the ledge first.
Yeah. So Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Nah, but anyway, I just wanted to touch on that.
Yeah. Thanks for going back. I was gonna bring that up.
It's harder than a lot of the levels. Just that ledge.
Yeah. So now, after getting those 3, we get through the glass or the metal roof tile thing. Then we got our next 3 levels. We're trying to unlock even more fireworks, but we're gonna ride them this time into Panda King's lair to the top of his statue, I think. So the first one to talk about here is the next wacky level, Rapid Fire Assault. We're once again on our little hover blaster, as they call it. Just another shoot 'em up.
Like mini game within a level.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
This level sucks.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
I could not stand this level.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just tedious?
my lord. It was so tedious. And it was just like, okay, you got 1 spawner. Okay, now you got 2 spawners. Okay, now you got 3 spawners.
Right, yeah.
Like it was just very
A lot of like gauntlet of just
lazy.
like mowing him down, trying to get
and that
close.
last third one was just ridiculous for me. I couldn't kill
you
him
couldn't
fast
time
enough.
out? Uh-huh.
And then there was several times where I am shooting the gate.
And it's not
I'm
closing.
shooting it and it's not like
It's not,
chipping
well,
away.
There's a range
not
to
close.
your, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This oh god. And there was no checkpoint.
Oh,
And it was just like, so I'm just like going side to side, just like spraying these guys
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
And then like, as soon as I get them to where they're like not spawning as much, I just hyper focus on one, but then it wouldn't break down. And this is the worst level in the game for me.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
Okay.
drove me nuts.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't think I failed, so I didn't have the experience of having to do it all over again. Because I imagine that would be pretty frustrating and
Yeah.
tedious. Just because it's kind of a slog, like shooting all the breakable walls down and getting through the enemies. So did you like the last from Ruby's level? Did you like the blaster level?
That one was fine.
That was fine.
That one was fine.
That one was better, in my opinion, and more
Yes.
challenging than this one.
More, just a better design.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
this one, like I said, this one was literally just like, okay, subset into 3 different
Yeah.
difficult. It,
And
just,
then-
it
and
wasn't
then-
very creative. in my
And
opinion.
introduced the carpet conveyor belt thing again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it didn't really. That was it. That was all
Yeah.
introduced.
But the carpet was going backwards, so
Yep.
at least you could move faster backwards because I was just constantly just like,
yeah.
moving back, and
Yeah, so I really like the one from Ruby's level. And I like this one too, but it's, kind of just like we're rehashing it. So I didn't like it as much this time because I was like, been there, done that. Felt a little more tedious this time, just trying to break through all this stuff. But
yeah. And on a non-negative note for me, these groups of levels also has the best level in the game for me. So
okay.
so just I went from this one and I was like, oh my gosh, to like later on I was like, okay, so
Gotcha.
it'll cancel out later.
all right.
I thought this was okay. I didn't like it as
I-
much as it was.
Intern level for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's I'm pretty high on these levels overall because I just like the snow theme and the
Yeah.
enemies and stuff and the design. So I like this, but yeah, I probably didn't like it as much as the last one just because it was fresher the first time around in the swamp. But yeah, all right, now we go to another. We got the
Mini
second
game.
race, another race.
I got double whammied.
Double whammy.
I got into finished the last level, then got into this one, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god. So I guess maybe I'm judging a little too harshly because I was already like frustrated with the level before it. But yeah, just the racing stuff just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And plus they add in like the ice patches.
Uh huh.
Oh,
So
ice patches. I may have missed that. I may.
What do you mean you missed it? They're there.
In the race?
Yeah,
in the race.
Maybe.
There's clearly discolored.
they like
there's-
slow you down.
Yep. There's no way you missed them, dog. They're in there.
I'm trying to
Unless you're
think.
just
I
a-
just like so.
You might have.
You're
It might have
the
just
Sly
not
Cooper
affected
Racing
you.
World
This one I
champion.
got on the first try.
Oh.
So like
Okay.
mugshots race took me like 3 times. It was tough. This one I was like, I'm doing well. I don't know. Maybe the ice was helping me.
I thought this one was easier too.
Yeah.
I got it on the second try. I think I forgot that there's not a drive button. So at the beginning, I was like,
Yeah.
Oh, you're
just-
trying to push
two-handed
forward.
I tried.
and,
Yeah, so I messed that up. But no, yeah, I got it on the second try. I didn't think it was too. I thought it was easier.
Yeah, I think
A lot.
I mean, it had to be
You
easier.
need to get that first car checked. That thing's got some illegal something going
So it
on.
took you a couple tries, Aiden, to get through this one.
That took me about 5 or 6 tries.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very happy to get this over with on the first try.
It was shorter than the first track too. I think
It was.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
slightly shorter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that has that going for it. But yeah, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it right. It was. It was okay. Again,
Yeah.
same thing as before. Nothing new. Besides,
Yeah.
even the ice. Like, yeah, to get over it,
Yeah.
you always use the nitros.
Yeah, this
Or-
one felt the most like low effort of the rehash of wacky levels because like even like the mugshot race, all the cars were different and even had like different sound effects. Like once you get to the, I think usually the lead car in the mugshot one, it's like these three guys playing like music.
Mhm.
So like it was cool, like catching up to them. It made it more dynamic. But this one, they're all the same.
All the same monkeys.
All the same
Yeah.
car.
cars.
no personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was just less love added to this level. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And I apparently didn't even notice the ice. I'm just too good. this was my
That's his-
Rain Man level right here.
Yeah.
Wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, so what do we think overall? I guess I kind of already mentioned it, but just rehashing these levels, these mechanics over again. Do we think it's? We wish they would have done new stuff, or is it okay? Or
I understand why they didn't do new stuff. You know, like they just have an idea and they just kind of, and they like gave it a gap. They gave it a whole gap.
Yeah.
You know, like we saw these in the second world, I believe. In the third world, they weren't well, except for the skiff, but but the racing and the shooting, it
yeah, they're kind of
comes
staggering
back.
them.
So yeah, it's staggered out, and I guess the way we're also playing it, it kind of helps a little bit. But I'm imagining like if I'm playing this in one sitting, I'm like,
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, that'd be
yeah,
brutal.
yeah. So
Yeah, that was
but
okay.
yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Other than the
worse.
skiff level, I don't think any of them are bad.
This last level I didn't like, but
Okay.
I think that's the worst one.
The race.
No,
Are you talking about what we're gonna
the,
talk about?
yeah, the last.
What?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay. We're gonna have some controversy here.
right.
But,
The last level before the boss
One
fight.
thing to mention about the wacky levels, now that you're talking about staggering them and bringing them back, but after a break, I really hope they do not bring any of the swamp mini games into the one after this because I'm gonna die. So yeah. Anyways, we ready to talk about the boss?
Oh yeah, one more level.
We got-
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Do I drag? How could I
No,
forget
we need to settle
Carmelita?
this right here and
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
This is quite possibly the best level in the game so far.
Oh hell no!
It is
I'm gonna have to break the tie. I guess.
chef's kiss.
Let's hear the. let's
Completely
hear the points.
disagree.
I love it. It's just I like that. I already liked the chase scene before,
Uh-huh.
but this one stepped it up the level. I love the design of this one. I love how there's like little mini things you had to do to keep going. You had to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
hit the fireworks, and there's a lot of things you had to worry about. And you had to go back for some bottles, but like overall, loved it. And you had to like sneak across this one had like the most going for it.
True. Yeah.
In
There's
my
parts where you
opinion.
had to wait for her to blast the wall before
Well,
you
yeah.
keep ledge crawling or ledge walking.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite level in the game so far.
Okay.
See, I think that's why I don't like it because it didn't feel suspenseful. Like I would just because they made it where you had to do these things. I would just stand there and she wouldn't hit me. She would aim somewhere completely different and she wouldn't shoot at me. She would just shoot over there, and I was like, oh, okay, well I guess I could just wait. And yeah, she would just literally just keep shooting somewhere else, and I was like, oh, well then what's the point? And then I'd go do
Broke your
right.
immersion.
I'd go do the things, but I was like, but I wouldn't. There's no suspense.
I wonder if it's a timing thing or something. Because, like, yeah, she's not shooting directly at you, but she's shooting, like, where you were. Kind of like, you know what I mean?
Sometimes she's shooting ahead at you when there's icicles. Like
Yeah,
to
the icicles at the end there, where that
Yeah.
got me a couple times. But I was never frustrated with it. I was
Yeah.
just like, okay, I just got to slow down and time it out a little more. So, this would be one I would want to go back and try and speed run.
Okay.
Oh, this would?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think it worked. I thought it could be more challenging. I see. Okay, you have to go
Fair.
do this, and yeah, the part where the ledge.
Mhm.
I just kept moving, and I was like, oh, that's it. I just need to keep moving.
Yeah.
There's no way she'll hit me because
fair.
again, she just shoots
Yeah.
somewhere else. I was like, okay.
It seems like this is one of those levels where it's like if you play it the way they intended to, or play it according to how they played it when they were developing it, maybe it feels right. But if you're like, if you go against the grain a little bit, you're gonna like expose the holes in the system and just find out
Yeah,
that it
that's fair.
doesn't account for every possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I didn't like it. It didn't just. It just felt weird. I don't know. I was like, I was expecting it because the last one with her in it was my favorite level for that world. And I was like, oh, this is really fun.
I respect your opinion.
Love it. Talking about bottles here. Did you get all the bottles for this one?
Yeah, sure.
And then
did.
you get to the safe, and what does Bentley say? You remember?
I don't.
Like, I can't decode this one, Sly. It's an owl dialect. I'm like, what? You can't get into this safe? We got all the clues. What the heck are the clues?
Owl dialect. I wonder if that's
It's like you couldn't even open this
bit
safe.
of a bit of a precursor to the last boss.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking it sounded like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're gonna have to come back to this level later to open this safe.
Oh.
Once you get some new ability to read owl
Maybe.
language.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
you didn't notice that you couldn't open the safe?
I mean, I did, but like I didn't.
Okay,
The
you
whole
didn't- you
owl
didn't
dialect
hear
thing.
why.
I guess
You
I
missed
don't
that.
remember,
Yeah,
but,
okay.
But
I
yeah.
gotcha. But yeah, that was weird, and that's gonna be like that's a weird level to do it because it's. I think you're saying it's replayable and fun, but like it's kind of a gauntlet to get through just to get back to that safe. So like, oh yeah, I have the ability now. Now I'm gonna come back. Now you have to go through basically the whole level to get to it.
Just for more binocular data.
I know if it's gonna be something stupid, I'm gonna be pissed. But I'm imagining it's got to be something somewhat important because they're kind of gatekeeping it. I don't know. Or
Who
really
knows?
something
Guess
cool.
we're gonna have to
I
find
don't know.
that out.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Immunity to
We'll
all
add
damage.
that to the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was your favorite level, Tommy.
Yeah.
What was yours?
What was my favorite level? I liked all of these levels. Honestly, I'm a lot higher overall on this on Panic King Zone than Swamp level. I think Unseen Foe, I liked that. I think I'm narrowing it down to two: the Temple of Flame and Unseen Foe. I think, even though Temple of Flame frustrated the hell out of me going over the hooks, I still liked it. So maybe Unseen Foe was less frustrating for me. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with the sneaky level.
Okay.
Yeah, we ready to talk about the boss?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, Flame Foo. So we get all the keys. We get on the fireworks that do not explode before we get there. Just because, based on Bentley's calculations, we're good. We're safe. We made it. And we find Panic King. He's got huge arms, little legs, but he's not walking on his arms. He can still walk on his legs.
That's true.
But he's definitely swole.
Yeah. First action based
Yeah.
boss fight.
This is like an actual boss fight.
Yep.
Yeah. I beat this on my first try.
I think
Same.
I did too. Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
too hard once you figured out. You just keep running around in the circle, and then till you get into a circle, and then you just have to dodge his attacks.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd be a little more difficult, but I noticed there was like blue sparkles around the circle.
I don't know. You could like take cover from his fireballs or something, maybe,
okay.
but it wasn't really necessary.
Yeah, no, you just got to keep moving, keep jumping, and
Yeah.
then get into the middle and beat the fiery whipper.
What accent is Panic King going for here?
That's only half right. I am a thief from a long line of master thieves, while you're just a frustrated firework artist turned homicidal pyromaniac.
Insolent child, you shall pay dearly for your disrespect. Still, to honor your Cooper ancestry, I will send you to your doom with the beauty of my new firework technique, Flame Foo.
Because they could have went one direction, and they didn't.
Thankfully.
They went a
yes.
different direction, but I'm wondering, is this? It almost sounded like Russian at a few points, but I don't. It's just like generic,
Stoic.
generic stoic
Yeah.
mountain guy.
He has an accent.
He's talking in a weird way. I don't
Yeah,
know if
weird
you call it an
cadence.
accent
He's got
or
a weird
not.
cadence to
Yeah,
it.
he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
in a weird way.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah. He's. I have no idea.
Again, they could have went a different
Yeah.
direction, and
It's probably good that they didn't do that.
thankfully they
But
did not. But yeah,
It was
no,
strange.
yeah, it was a little weird.
I think they went for like nobility from Tsar or Russian something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
it was vaguely Russian. I was like, we're
kind
in
of like
China?
general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was weird, but you know.
yeah. No. This is my favorite boss fight. I think so
Okay.
far. And yeah, because it actually felt like a boss fight. But yeah, it was easy.
it was
But
just too easy for me. I still like the last one, the
Oh.
voodoo one, but
yeah.
but no, this one was cool. You know, I'm glad they did an actual action boss fight. That was cool.
I almost wish the Ruby boss fight was like a mini game that would recur. Like I would have liked that as like a level that you would do and
take
we could
out
see
the
again. Yeah.
freaking skiff and
Yeah,
have me, dancing around trying to dodge a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
Maybe Sly 2.
Slide 2 maybe. Who knows?
We'll see.
But yeah, I like that it was an actual boss fight, but yeah, it was a little too easy and basic. But
Yeah,
Yep. No, I agree. It was what it was.
So there was one attack that you jumped for, but then the other attacks you just ran away, and like you didn't have to worry about doing anything special to avoid them. Really.
yeah. I expected him to like speed up like the last boss
Right.
too. It was just like fiery whip,
Yeah, it's
all
trying to
that
mix
kind of
you
stuff.
up, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
also
but-
delayed. That it's like
Yeah,
I was
like
like-
Dark Souls. You're just like,
yeah, it's like playing Elden Ring, then going back to Dark Souls 1. It's just like okay,
yeah.
too easy.
Yeah, I was
So-
expecting minions to pop in because of the cover.
Oh yeah,
That's what I was
that would have been
expecting.
a cool little.
Yeah, it would have
shake
been cool
up.
maybe to have
Yeah.
ads, some minions to come in and fight. That may have
Yeah.
maybe made it more challenging.
I was expecting them to throw stuff. Why
Yeah.
the cover? I was like, oh, not only is he gonna throw fireball, but then we also got to dodge these.
Snowball monkeys.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah, and this is one of the I think Mugshot and Ruby, you actually like traverse a level while fighting the boss.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fish guy and this one, you just have one arena. just
Total
fighting.
arena. Yeah.
I like the ones where you kind of move through areas, even though it makes retrying them a lot more frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you have to go
Yeah.
through all those stages.
Mhm.
But I don't know, it's a little trade off.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah, and we got through it. And what did we reveal?
Absolutely nothing.
This one. The ending of this one is a little like light. There was not.
Yeah.
We didn't,
We got the Otto Von Cooper.
oh yeah. He had something with vehicles. Like
He's
yeah,
just-
have like a turret.
Van mods. That
He
they
was
were
just
saying.
he was a
mechanic.
Leonardo.
Yeah, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci of
villain,
the.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was a little abrupt and weird.
I'm imagining that's going to involve some mini game levels in the future with some
It's just
turret.
like, it makes me think there's more racing, but
Maybe it'll be Murray driving while you're like shooting on a turret or something.
maybe
'Cause that's what the little.
they gotta
cartoon-
have more Murray in the last one.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be shocked with the last world. I will say.
Okay.
So this next one's the last one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to Russia or just.
Wait,
Uh,
we're going to Russia? I didn't think this.
I think,
that-
I think yeah. I
that what
think
he
it
said?
said.
I can't remember where he
Russia.
said. I know he said
Kitchen.
the mountain or the volcano, but yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
if he said where
Yeah,
it was.
Bentley figured it out. It wasn't like the boss, like the panicking. He didn't really say much when you beat him.
Oh, he didn't
this
say
time
anything. It's
around.
like, yeah, examining the metal from
Yeah,
something. And I was
yeah.
like, what metal? What did
I
we
can't
get?
remember what he was examining,
Yeah.
but he did analyze something.
But yeah, but we got the big bad coming up, Clockwork.
Clockwork.
So
Okay, maybe he speaks owl.
maybe he does. All dialects. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a bird. He's
All
a
right.
mechanical bird.
No, yeah.
So-
Overall, though, that I thought this world was fine. It's
Yeah.
not my favorite. I had my favorite boss fight, I guess. It's just because of how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy. I will say that. So not the hardest one.
Yeah, I think the mini game is going to drag this one down as a whole for me.
Yeah. Again, 3 mini games. Like the last one too. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was less.
So
Yeah.
I think
This one blew by for me. I forgot to mention, like it just I did this really quickly. I think maybe the fastest one I've done.
Really?
Because I got really lucky probably with the mini games.
Yeah, the bottles choked me up.
But, oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's what
that
I was
slowed me
expecting. I
down
was
for
expecting
sure.
the bottles to slow y'all down. But
I
okay.
still felt like it. Maybe it was around the same time.
It's like an hour.
Yeah, hour and a half. That's kind of
Okay.
like my usual time. But it just, maybe it didn't actually take longer, but it just felt shorter based on the content and
Really?
mechanics. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think I finished this in under an hour. But yeah, no, I did. I thought it was pretty pretty slow. I would say actually.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, some of the Flaming Temple and the Stealth one were definitely a lot more slow pace. But I think
Yeah.
having the three wacky levels like just cut a lot of the slowness for me, the pacing down, because those are all just high pace. And I got them all in the first try, so I was like, okay, that's 3 levels that took like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
if that. But
Yeah. Got one more to go.
all right, well, anything else to mention?
No.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Catch us next time. We'll be taking on the final Fiendish 5 member of Sly Cooper and Devious Raccoonus. All right. Thanks, y'all.